Everybody knows the hardships we have to go through to secure a NMC PIN number. All the nurses, midwives and nursing associates trained in the UK and internationally knows the struggle they have to go through to achieve the status of a registered nurse, midwife and nursing associate in United Kingdom. Therefore, it is the sole responsibility of each and every one of us to safeguard our PIN and revalidate it at the right time with appropriate documents. It is essential for all the registered nurses practicing in United Kingdom to undergo NMC revalidation process in every 3 years. In this video, let's see the steps involved in revalidation one by one. Revalidation comes in only 3 years, but during those 3 years, you can prepare for your revalidation, especially for writing reflections in revalidation. For example, just jot down if you came up with an experience in your clinical practice from which you have learned something new professionally. It can be a continuing professional development event, experience, feedback to you or your team, or an episode of care which comes under your scope of practice. How this will help for revalidation. You can rephrase those incidents/experience as a reflective account within the framework of NMC guidelines for your revalidation. You need 5 reflections for completing NMC revalidation. You can also write down trainings attended, including the number of hours you spend for each. Where do you start the process of NMC revalidation? Answer lies in the NMC online website. If you have set up a direct debit with NMC Online for your PIN renewal, you will be aware of NMC Online website. If you haven't heard of NMC Online website, please visit the link given in description to know how to set up an account with NMC Online. Before you start your NMC revalidation process, you should know the last date for your NMC revalidation application. The last date is usually 1st of the month in which you need to renew your NMC PIN number. You need to complete the requirements laid down by NMC before starting your NMC revalidation application. They are the following. Practice hours. You should have done at least 450 hours of practice in your area of work. If you have registration of both nurse and midwife, you need to have separate at least 450 hours of practice in each area to do your revalidation. Continuing professional development. The prerequisite hours of CPD required for NMC revalidation is 35 hours in 3 years of practice. This should include a minimum of 20 hours. There is a format in which you need to enter your CPD record, and you also need to relate it in relevance with NMC code. Practice-related feedback. You need 5 practice-related feedback for the revalidation application. The feedback can be positive or negative/received by you or your team. Feedback should be submitted in the NMC template and need to follow guidelines laid down by NMC. Reflective accounts. Reflective account is a brief, written description of a CPD activity, practice-related feedback/experience or event, including what went well, what didn't go well, and what you have learned from this experience. Writing reflective accounts can be a bit confusing for the first-time doers. You need to prepare 5 reflective accounts for NMC revalidation. Don't worry about writing your reflective account, we have many sample reflections on our website www.nmcrevalidation.uk to help you. Reflective discussion. Reflective discussion is a session to be completed with another NMC registrant about the reflective accounts you have made for NMC revalidation application. It's interesting to know a nurse doesn't essentially need to have the reflective discussion with another nurse itself, but she can have reflective discussion with a midwife or nursing associate who is registered with NMC. The same applies for midwife and nursing associate as well. Health and character declaration. You have the liability to inform NMC about the convictions or changes in your health status as and when it occurs. Even though you don't need to provide a proof, it's the responsibility of the registrant. If you have already informed NMC about the composition or change in your health status that may affect patients in your care, you don't need to be worried about. You can find detailed articles on all these topics on our website, which is www.nmcrevalidation.uk. Professional indemnity arrangement. If you are practicing as a nurse, midwife or nursing associate in United Kingdom, it's the responsibility of the registrant to cover the care you are providing. If you are working for NHS, it's automatically covered with the professional indemnity agreement NHS have with NMC. If you are working as an independent practitioner, you need to have one of your own. You need to confirm the professional indemnity arrangement when you do your revalidation application. Confirmation of your revalidation. You need to have a confirmation session, usually with your line manager, for submission of revalidation. They have to give their PIN number, work address, and work email for your submission. Verification of NMC revalidation. NMC will randomly select some candidate's revalidation application and will ask for more evidence within 24 hours of submitting your online application. There is nothing to worry about this, and this is not happening because you have done something wrong with your application. You will get 21 days time to submit proof of your practice hours and record of CPD to NMC as a part of verification. Reflective accounts is not usually asked. Your confirmer also will be contacted to verify the genuinity of documents submitted. If you know what are the requirements and how to meet the requirements, NMC revalidation can be a simple process. It can be a bit confusing when you are revalidating for the first time. When you go through our website, which is www.nmcrevalidation.uk, you will get a clear picture about the whole process and will be able to do your revalidation in a more efficient manner. Thanks for watching.